Let's talk about those hard to lease units for a minute, because here's the truth that most managers forget when a floor plan sits too long. Every unit has a somebody. Our job, sometimes we think it's to convince people to want what they don't want, but I would like to say that our job is actually to play matchmaker. Some units are not bad, they're just mismatched in the way they're being marketed. And sometimes that stigma happens when a unit has sat too long. Then it becomes that elephant in the room that just feels like, oh, it's never going to lease. So today's Try It is about reframing those hard to lease units, telling a better story, and putting them in front of the right people. And I'm going to give you a formula that's easy to implement. And I promise once you see this way of selling, you're never going to be able to unsee it. Before we get into examples, here is your try it. I want you, as you listen, to try to think of that one hard to lease unit at your community, that one that always seems to linger. And instead of asking, why won't this lease? I want you to actually brainstorm a little bit, who would actually love this and where would I find them? If you're a Spark member, inside this month's resource kit, you'll see a great featured floor plan flyer that you can easily customize, so there's no starting from scratch. And if you're not a Spark member yet, you're going to want to be with us all year long, where we share a weekly try it. And then inside of the Spark resource kit, you get the tools we're talking about. So it goes from idea to implementation in minutes. Go to sparkwithsprout.com to get started. Now, I'm going to give you a few examples to bring this to life. We're going to make it super simple. The first example is that dark unit. You're going to market the strength, not the apology. And I know sometimes when I was in leasing, I would literally lead with the apology. This unit is this. And just my tone of voice and my demeanor would really betray me. This one comes up all the time. It's that unit that's a little bit darker, less windows, less natural light. And sometimes we might think, oh, let's position it as cozy or quietly, hoping that people don't notice. What we're actually going to do is we're going to flip the lens completely. This is now a unit that protects sleep. And that's a huge strength. Now, think about people that would like this: night shift workers, people who work in healthcare or hospitality or security, anyone who sleeps during the day and lives on a different rhythm. So you have to think the story of this unit now shifts. So a great tagline for this is designed for night owls who need real rest, or rest when the world is awake. So you might want to specifically take this and outreach to hospitals, medical centers, 24-hour gyms, maybe manufacturing plants, hotels, distribution centers, or security offices. You can leave a simple flyer at break rooms or at HR boards, not really pitching luxury, but you're pitching a fit. And then when you're posting about this on social media, you can share a graphic or a photo that says some homes are made for early risers, some are made for night owls. This one is made for deep daytime sleep. Now, again, you want to be careful on exactly how you position this. You might even want to do a disclaimer that says, we don't guarantee uninterrupted sleep or anything like that. This is literally just a marketing campaign, and there might still be the average things that happen on a community that might interrupt sleep from time to time. So I think like a fun move-in gift for somebody like this is even giving them a do not disturb sign, like a day sleeper, would be really cute. So you can call it out confidently when you tour. This floor plan is great for anyone who works nights or values a darker sleep environment. It's one of our best for rest because of where it's located. The unit naturally receives less traffic, or it naturally is a little bit darker. No apology, just clarity. So you see how we're taking something that could be misconstrued as a negative, and we're finding the person that actually values that specific thing. All right, next up is this downstairs unit that maybe isn't a high traffic area. You maybe have heard people comment on the fact that, ooh, there's like a lot of traffic, or it's just in a really visible area. So this one, instead of bracing for those objections, we're going to lead with the benefit. This unit is about ease. So it's perfect for people that don't want stairs. They want quick access outside. I think about myself with my pets. There was a short time where I lived in a place that had an upstairs unit and a downstairs unit. And for me, the thought of going down the stairs in the middle of the night to take my dogs out to pee, especially when they were puppies, was like an awful thought. So again, really think about who this might be perfect for. So a simple story that you could start thinking through is, this home makes daily life simpler. Just think about unloading groceries, right? How many trips do you have to make up and down the stairs to unload a car full of groceries? Convenience for life on the go could be your tagline. And this is great again for people that have pets, so pet groomers, dog trainers, veterinarian offices, pet supply stores, mobile pet services. You're not targeting people, but you're targeting needs, and that can vary across people. So when you think fair housing, you want to be very careful in your language, but also remember that there are specific lifestyle needs that people have, and you can highlight those. You could do a short Instagram reel to bring this to life on social. You could show the door, the sidewalk, and then green space with a caption that says, for residents who like life on one level. And I love that. On this tour, when you are showing somebody, you can say this is one of the easiest floor plans for pet owners or anyone who wants a quick in and out access. Without the stairs, there's a little less hassle. Now let's talk about that unit that's either really small or just has that awkward layout. We're going to reframe it as intentional, not something that's lacking. And instead of selling the square footage, you're going to sell the function. You're going to sell the story. So this might not be the unit where you're going to have big gatherings, but it's about efficiency, lower utilities, and just easy upkeep, right? So the story, again, is a minimalistic approach. It's everything you need and nothing that you don't. So you could say a tagline like smart space for simplified living. And this might be great to outreach to colleges or trade schools with people that maybe are in transition. They don't need a huge home space, or corporate training programs, maybe where people are, again, starting their careers, short-term contractors, or local employers that are onboarding new hires like HR departments. A lot of times while people are in nursing school or even in their residency, they don't want an apartment that they have to upkeep or pay for a ton of housekeeping or just manage a bunch of stuff. A big unit that has a ton of space, and if you don't have furniture, it can just feel really cold. It can be cozy. So you could do for social media a carousel post, and you can say why smaller can be smarter. And it can be that you're highlighting the lower bills, less cleaning, easier routines. And this goes really well with the audio that's really trending on social about minimalistic living. So if you're looking for that right audio, go into Instagram, go into TikTok, and just search minimal living or slow living, and you'll find great trending audio. So when you're on the tour, the floor plan is great for somebody that wants a streamlined space that's easy to upkeep. I think that's just so simple. Remember, this is all tying together, right? It is not just your marketing flyer, it is also your social posting, and then it's how you present it on the tour. So this is about putting your thinking cap on and saying every floor plan has a somebody. And as a manager, I would use that tagline over and over with my team when they're frustrated. I would say, we just haven't found the right somebody. So how do you make this come to life? First of all, in your try it now, you're going to pick a hard-to-lease unit and identify the lifestyle fit. One clear tagline. You're going to then use your Spark marketing flyer, and you're going to customize that in your free Canva account. And you're going to take it to one intentional outreach location that can potentially help you find the right fit. Share it on social with confidence, and then you're going to say the same story over and over on the tour. You're going to bring that story to life because consistency is what's going to make this work. If you're struggling, you can ask ChatGPT, you can prompt it, and you can say, I have this unit, here is the location, here are the challenges, who would actually love this unit? And ask it to create one headline, what amenities are most important, and what are some good tour talking points. And make sure to ask it to keep it fair housing compliant. Now, as always, you cannot trust every single response that it gets, so be very careful, especially when it comes to fair housing. Remember, this is not up to you to fix the hard-to-lease floor plan. You are the matchmaker. So pick one floor plan that's been sitting longer than you like. Think about repositioning it to who it could actually serve. And then go inside of your Spark membership this month, because inside of the Spark membership, you'll find a floor plan feature flyer that you can fully customize in your free Canva account. You want to change the tagline. I gave you guys some ideas today. Spotlight the right amenities and reframe the challenge as a benefit. And then you're going to use that and you're going to market it. You can share it with a local employer, take it outreach marketing. You can use it on your tour, post it on social media. This is marketing that travels with you. So inside of the Spark Resource Kit, this is about making things very doable. This isn't just about your community. These are marketing skills that you can carry with you wherever you go. You're learning how to think like a marketer, not just somebody that is copying and pasting. And that matters. This is the mindset shift. Now, we at Sprout Marketing are recognized across the multifamily industry because we teach practical, real world marketing that works for on-site team members. And that's because I was a manager for many years, and these have been tested over thousands of communities. So you can even use this and confidently say that you've been trained by Sprout Marketing. And if you're loving this style of coaching and you want these resources to bring the Try It to life, I want to invite you to come inside of the Spark Resource Kit. You can go to sparkwithsprout.com, and for $7 a month, everything that we talk about in the Try It, you'll find that specific resource that you can customize. Now, you can always DIY it yourself, or you can skip the kind of jump the line, so to speak, and get to the 95% mark. Things are there, this coaching is there with even more resources that help you bring this to life. So for now, make sure you start small, pick the unit, rewrite the story, let the right person see themselves living there, and that's the work, and it works. All right, friend, that's your small action for this week, but don't let this idea sit. The Spark Resource Kit is at sparkwithsprout.com, and it's there to help you put this into action with a lot less stress. And remember, it's the small actions that build strong communities and even stronger managers. I'll see you guys next time.